Greetings from Elite English Academy. Dear friends, in this video I am going to discuss the figures of speech in English based on similarities.
First, let me introduce the figures based on similarities. First one, simile. Simile is the common thing that we know. Simile, metaphor, allegory, parable, fable, these are the things. First, let me give you the simile. It is a comparison between two things of different kinds or qualities which are introduced by the key terms like or as. Please make a note of it. When there are comparisons, you have to look for these two keywords like and as. So it is an explicit comparison. So it shows the similarity between the existing one, right, from one thing. For example, he is like a lion. He is like a lion. So if you say, definitely that becomes simile. Look at the given example, Wordsworth's line. So that is, I wander lonely as a, right? I wander lonely as a cloud. So here the key word as is the advantage for us. So if you find, so here what are the two things compared? I, right? So the poet compares himself to a cloud with the help of the words like and as. Here he has used as. So it is a simile. Look at the second one. So it is the line taken from King Lear by Shakespeare, right? As, right? As flies to wanton boys, are we to God, they kill us for their sport. So here, flies, the small insects, right? Flies, are compared to human beings. So here, another important strategy is you should not look for the word as only in the middle of a sentence. Sometimes the word as may be found at the beginning. So here the human lives or human beings are compared to the flies. So like wanton boys, the boys, so the boys who are very naughty, they used to kill flies, right? Like that, God has been killing us or God has been torturing us. So that is the meaning given here. So considering the comparison between the flies and human life, so with the use of the word as, so it is a simile, right? I hope you understand what is simile. Simile is the open comparison between two things with the words like and as. The second one is very interesting. It is almost the same like simile, but the comparison which is hidden or without the words like and as. So it is an implied comparison in which a word or a phrase literally denoting one kind of object is used in place of another to suggest a likeness. So it is also similarities. Look at the sentence. The distinguished statesman is a pillar of the state. So here this particular sentence compares this statesman, so this important VIP, to a pillar. But at the same time, there is the absence of the words like and as. So now let me give you a very simple example that will help you to understand this. For example, if you say, right, so if you say the statements, the boy is a lion, right? The boy is a lion. If you say, so please forgive me for the handwriting here, the boy is a lion, it is a metaphor. At the same time, if you add the word like, right? Like, so definitely it becomes the simile. I hope you get the point. So here the boy and the lion are compared. When the word like is found here, then it becomes simile. When the word like is striked off, then that becomes metaphor. I hope you get the point here. So metaphor means the comparison between two things, right? But there won't be any words like or as. Now we are moving to the next one, allegory. So it is an interesting thing. So Pilgrim's Progress is an allegory. So allegory is a lengthy and detailed comparison in which it is instituted between two unallied subjects, usually for the purpose of conveying moral instruction. So here there may not be human characters. For example, a value or a principle has been given a human character form. For example, you might have studied Pilgrim's Progress, written by John Bunyan. So it is the best allegory, best example for allegory. For example, in the opening part of the book, so Christian, the human character, he goes on the pilgrimage in which the first two characters who accompany Christian in the journeys, pliable and obstinate. Pliable and obstinate are two human characters, right? They are not actual human beings. So they are the two values. So these two values are given human form to go along with Christian. So the entire work is designed in that way. So this work can be considered as an allegory. I hope you understand. So it is a lengthy, detailed comparison in which so non-living things or the values are given human form, especially to convey the moral instruction. So the fourth one in discussion is parable. So it is an allegorical story intended to enforce high moral and religious lesson. For example, here it is an imaginary story. It is an imaginary story, whereas it is given only to teach something to the people. Jesus Christ has made use of parable to convey his teachings. So parables contain human characters and they are drawn from real world situation with real problems and real struggles of people. I hope you get the point. In allegory, the characters are imaginary, right? The characters are imaginary. Whereas in parable, the context is true, the characters are true, right? At the same time they are imaginary. So the imaginary characters are placed in real world situations which describes the real struggle of the people. So this is the kind of story that is used to teach some morality, especially religious values. So you know the story of prodigal son from Bible, Good Samaritan. So please remember, Jesus Christ spoke to people mostly through parables. The fifth one is the fable. So fable is a very short story containing talking animals or forces of nature and of the which teaches us a moral lesson, especially the children's stories. So here in the last two things, allegory and fables, the parables, we came across only human characters, whereas in fables there will be animal characters. The objective of fables is also teaching morality. At the same time, this genre of literature is mostly suitable for children. So with the animal characters, the morality is placed. Maybe the context is imaginary or from a real situation, but the characters, animals, they used to talk like human beings. The thing is, animal characters or non-human characters are talking here. So you know the Aesop fables, Panchatantra fables, tortoise and the hare, the fox and the grapes, right? So the idea behind this is the animal characters are used effectively to weave a plot to convey moral lessons. Dear friends, so with this, let me conclude this particular video. In the next video, I'll be talking about the next type of literary devices. Thank you. All the best.